Hello and welcome to a fresh new episode of Science Monitor, our weekly update on all that is happening in the field of science and technology in and around the country. From breakthrough discovery of gravitational waves to novel drug delivery system for cancer therapy, we have lots in store for you today. But first, let us take a look at the headlines. Universe speaks at last. Scientists hear the presence of gravitational waves as predicted by Einstein's theory. Indian researchers play an important role in the discovery of the century. Game changer in cancer therapy. Carbon nanospheres to deliver drugs. 6th National Science Film Festival organized in Mumbai. And in our In Focus segment today, we will know the details of the Zika virus and the preventive measures we need to take. And now news in detail. Thousands of scientists from 14 countries have finally confirmed the discovery of gravitational waves after the meticulous and tireless research of 25 years. The evidence comes in the centenary of Einstein's prediction of gravitational waves way back in 1916. The gravitational waves were detected and confirmed by the twin laser interferometer wave observatory detectors in Livingston and Hanford. The waves were spotted last year on 14th of September and are said to have originated billions of years ago from the merger of two black holes. The discovery opens new vistas in astronomy and are sure to deepen our understanding of the universe.
"100 years after the prediction by Albert Einstein. Finally, researchers have stumbled upon the evidence of existence of gravitational waves. The discovery of gravitational waves, hailed as the greatest discovery of the century, was announced at a worldwide press conference on 11th February by David Rietz, LIGO Laboratory Executive Director, Caltech. The declaration comes after the LIGO Scientific Collaboration Team, which includes about 1,000 researchers from 14 countries, has confirmed the analysis based on signals detected on 14 September 2015. The signals were detected by the twin laser interferometer gravitational wave observatory detectors, shortly known as LIGO, located in Livingston, Louisiana and Hanford, Washington, simultaneously on 14 September 2015.
What LIGO has done, it's the first time the universe has spoken to us through gravitational waves. And this is remarkable. Up till now, we've been deaf to gravitational waves, but today we're able to hear them. That's just amazing to me. I think this is big, again, because what's going to come now is we're going to be able to hear more of these things. And no doubt we'll hear things that we expected to hear, like binary black holes or perhaps binary neutron stars colliding. But we will also hear things that we never expected. And as we open a new window in astronomy, we may see things that we never saw before.
According to experts, these gravitational waves were created as a result of collision and merging of two massive spinning black holes in space 1.3 billion years ago. The LIGO team also involves 61 scientists from 9 Indian institutions under the umbrella of the Indian Initiative in Gravitational Wave Observations, or INDIGO.
It's a global effort. It involves a whole lot of countries, and many countries are involved. And one must, in fact, have a network of such detectors. And India has been a part of this, and there are several institutions from India involved in this. And IUCAA has been is the lead institution, in fact, one of the lead institutions.
The waves, researchers say, have traveled billions of years through the universe to reach Earth. Till now, it was considered almost impossible to detect these waves as they are extremely tiny, just millionth of an atom in size. What is more interesting is that the gravitational waves detected as vibrations have been recorded as a sound. And the small chirp produced as a result is actually the sound of the distant universe. The discovery of gravitational waves is indeed a cosmic breakthrough, as it opens new windows into space and will help further our understanding on origins of universe, gravity, stellar evolution and energetic events involving black holes and neutron stars. The discovery is expected to pave the way to the new scientific field of gravitational wave astronomy. LIGO has reported the discovery in the journal Physical Review Letters.
While the announcement of the gravitational waves has changed the entire direction of astronomy, it is also a proud moment for India, as Indian researchers have played a major role in the discovery. Around 61 researchers from the 9 Indian institutions are part of the study, and some of the major experiments regarding the research were carried out on high-performance computing facilities at IUCAA Pune and the International Centre for Theoretical Sciences, Bangalore. When National Science Foundation organized a press conference in USA to declare the discovery, a parallel session was also on in India in Pune. Let us see this report to know more.
When success comes at last, after 100 years of quest for gravitational waves, India has every reason to be proud. For among the 1,000 researchers from 14 countries who participated in the discovery, 61 were from India. The excitement and pride was evident at the press conference that was conducted in Pune, parallel to the announcement by the National Science Foundation.
Gravitational waves is a completely different spectrum. It's essentially what we call it as we are now listening to the symphony of universe, because you are in the audible range, so you can hear gravitational waves. So if you give a pair of headphones, which many of the all of us like, when we listen, we actually listen to the data because our ears can actually sense.
The press conference was attended by prominent scientists who highlighted the Indian efforts and specially appreciated the contributions of 35 researchers who are authors in the paper that described the discovery. According to reports, Indian researchers have made major contributions towards the development of novel techniques to identify and detect the weak gravitational wave signals and enabling gravitational wave astrophysics.
आयुका और दूसरे इंस्टीट्यूट्स ने ये भी सिखाया कि हम अगर कुछ नॉइज़ इवेंट्स देखें तो उनको हम कैसे सेग्रीगेट कर सकते हैं, डिस्क्रिमिनेट कर सकते हैं। रामन रिसर्च इंस्टीट्यूट में भी बाला अय्यर और उनके कोलैबोरेटर्स ने ये बताया था कि आइंस्टाइन की इक्वेशंस को सॉल्व करके हम कैसे पता कर सकते हैं कि ब्लैक होल्स या न्यूट्रॉन स्टार्स किस तरह के सिग्नल पैदा करेंगे।
The collaboration involves researchers from institutions like CMI Chennai, ICT-ST-IFR Bengaluru, IISER Kolkata, IISER Trivandrum, IIT Gandhinagar, IPR Gandhinagar, IUCAA Pune, RRCAT Indore and TIFR Mumbai. Formed in 2009, Indigo aims to promote gravitational wave research in the country and set up the LIGO India, an advanced gravitational wave detector to be located in India. The discovery also saw the announcement of an upcoming advanced gravitational wave detector in the country by Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi. Indian expertise in gravitational waves spans 3 decades of research and dates back to 1970, when Dr. C.V. Vishweshwara published the theoretical work that combined black holes and gravitational waves. In addition, the group led by Dr. Bala Iyer at the Raman Research Institute had pioneered the mathematical calculations used to model gravitational wave signals from orbiting black holes, and the group led by Dr. Sanjeev Dhurandhar at IUCAA initiated and did foundational work on developing data analysis techniques to detect these weak signals buried in the detector noise.
Accurate and safe drug delivery is very important in the treatment of cancer. Now bringing a ray of hope to patients of cancer, a team of researchers from the Indian Institute of Science Education and Research, Kolkata, has developed a novel drug delivery system based on carbon nanospheres from lemongrass. The hollow carbon nanospheres could be ideal vehicles for delivering cancer drugs to the target cells.
With the number of annual cases of cancer growing across the world, management of cancer largely depends on early diagnosis and chemotherapeutic drugs. In this context, delivering the drugs to precise target and destroying of cancerous cells are crucial. Anti-cancer drugs, when orally ingested or injected, get distributed in the bloodstream, and only a small dose reaches the target with a lot of side effects. Hence, guiding the drugs to the targeted cancer cells is one of the most challenging aspects in cancer treatment. A game changer in this field could be the nanocarbon particles developed by a team of researchers from the Indian Institute of Science, Education and Research, Calcutta. The IISER team, working under the leadership of Dr. Sayan Bhattacharya, has synthesized porous carbon nanospheres from bio-waste of lemongrass for drug delivery.
We have mainly worked on the porous carbon nanoparticles which were prepared from the lemongrass. The chief process which is involved in making these nanoparticles actually helps in bringing down the cost of the nanocarriers which carry the drug.
These carbon nanoparticles, 1/10 the size of a dust particle, is designed to deliver anti-cancer drugs exclusively to cancerous cells in a controlled manner. The team using the anti-cancer drug doxorubicin has demonstrated how the drug molecules can be trapped inside the pores of the nanospheres to release drug molecules inside the cancer cells in a controlled manner over a period of 24 to 48 hours.
A drug which is loaded by chemical binding inside the pores has various advantages. One is the high loading of the drug inside the pores. Secondly, because the drug is loaded inside the pores, one can obtain a controlled or slow release of the drug in the cancer cells.
What is more, the carbon nanospheres can be coated with folate molecules so that they are specifically attracted only by the special receptors present on cancerous cells. The researchers have also designed the nanospheres to deliver maximum drug molecules in an acidic environment as usually present inside cancerous cells. This prevents the drug from attacking and killing healthy cells. The technique is not only inexpensive and scalable, but also has minimum side effects for the human body as elemental carbon is inert. The research has been published in the journal Carbon and holds a huge promise towards humanity's fight against cancer.
Disseminating the wonders of science through visual media, the 6th National Science Film Festival was organized in Mumbai. The event, organized every year by Vigyan Prasar, screened about 65 shortlisted films, attracting science writers, filmmakers and film enthusiasts across the country. Let us have a look at the report to know more about the highlights of the event.
In this digitalized world, visual media has a crucial role to play in disseminating science and creating scientific temper. Along these lines, it is time for the 6th National Science Film Festival. The 6th National Science Film Festival, conducted at Nehru Science Centre, Mumbai. The film festival has been jointly organized by Vigyan Prasar and the National Council of Science Museums in collaboration with Prasar Bharati and Rajya Sabha Television as media partners. While award-winning filmmaker Dr. Mike Pandey inaugurated the event on 9th February. The keynote address was delivered by Shri Shyam Benegal and noted writer and art designer Mrs. Shama Zaidi.
Those 3 W's and an H, which I think is absolutely fundamental to any kind of communication, whatever you do. And particularly when it comes to, see, because there's a basically scientific approach here.
A developing country like ours, which was still growing, there was need for education. I believe times have changed. We have evolved as a species, as humanity, as a nation. But there is need for more value-based education. And in a country with over 1 billion people, films are the best way to carry information to the remotest area in the shortest possible time.
The inauguration session also saw the release of applications developed by Earthwatch Institute India. The 5-day event saw the screening of 65 shortlisted films under various categories, which include science films made by organizations, individual filmmakers, along with college and school students. An eminent jury chaired by Shri Shyam Benegal shortlisted the screen films for the awards. Besides screening of the movies, the event also comprises of various workshops, interactive sessions, and panel discussions on creative methods of science communication and science films.
And time to take a very short break here. We'll be back with more science news. Keep watching Science Monitor. Welcome back. After the break, you're watching Science Monitor. Let us now have a look at some important science and technology activities happening in India and abroad in our next segment, Science Express.
In a crucial ecological discovery, experts have reported the sighting of birds of 11 rare species, thought to be extinct in the water bodies of Jharkhand. The discovery was made during a survey carried out on behalf of the Jharkhand Forest Department. According to the survey, the spot most visited by the birds is Masanjor Dam in Dumka, followed by Chandil and Udhav. The survey team has also identified migratory birds from Mongolia, including bar-headed geese. The other species of migratory birds included the white-necked stork, oriental white ibis, and the northern shoveler. In one of its kind events, as many as 70 visually impaired people participated in a blind car rally organized in Ahmedabad recently. The event, which aimed at motivating and inspiring the visually impaired people, was a time-speed distance road rally, with each team consisting of a driver and navigator, equipped with route map and instructions in Braille. The event was made challenging with the inclusion of 8 marshal points along the route, dust tracks, bridges, and horse riding. With the aim of extending scientific collaborations and joint research between India and Europe, the Department of Biotechnology has recently signed a cooperation agreement with the European Molecular Biology Organization. The signing was held at an event on 4th February at National Institute of Immunology. The event was attended by Dr. Vijay Raghavan, Secretary DBT, Dr. Maria Lepton, Director EMBO, Dr. Chandrama Saha, Director NII, and Dr. Kevin Moses, Director Science Wellcome Trust. The panel discussion was attended by Nobel laureates Professor Christiane Nusslin Volhard and Professor Ada E. Yonath.
After dealing with Ebola, the medical world is facing a new challenge in the form of Zika virus outbreak. While Zika virus is considered far less harmless than the Ebola and shares similarities with the dengue and chikungunya, appropriate knowledge of the infection is essential to manage it. As of now, no case has been reported in India, but the government is already taking advanced measures to tackle any outbreak threat. Under these circumstances, we will try to learn more about Zika virus and its prevention in our next segment, In Focus.
If one was to ask what does dengue, chikungunya and Zika have in common, one might get a little confused. Because while WHO has declared the virus likely to be an epidemic in majority of the Americas by the end of the year, Zika, for many of us, is still a previously unheard name. The answer would be that, apart from being viral-borne infections, all the three epidemics are spread through mosquito bites and, to be specific, through daytime active Aedes mosquitoes such as A. aegypti and A. albopictus. Zika fever is caused by the Zika virus, a member of the virus family known as Flaviviridae. The virus is icosahedral in shape, covered by an outer envelope, and has a single-stranded RNA as genetic material. The Zika virus was first isolated in April 1947 from a rhesus macaque monkey in the Zika forest of Uganda, with first evidence of human infection in 1952 in Uganda and Nigeria. The symptoms of Zika fever are similar to those of dengue and chikungunya. The most common symptoms include fever, headache, rash, muscle and joint pain, and conjunctivitis. Individuals exposed to the virus are likely to develop the symptoms within a few days to a week. While Zika virus is known to be transmitted by mosquitoes, few evidences suggest that the virus could possibly be sexually transmitted. But the good news is the illness caused by the virus is usually mild, with symptoms lasting for several days to a week, and often the symptoms are rarely fatal. Zika virus has been detected in the amniotic fluid of pregnant women whose fetuses has microcephaly, indicating that the virus can cross the placenta and cause a mother-to-child infection.
The reason for calling the public health emergency of international concern was exactly that point, to get down into the research, to establish exactly the link, and to find out what the causal relations there are, if there are any cofactors, what triggers what. So we are in the middle of this. Right now we have no specific travel recommendations, personal protection prevention, and if you're pregnant or wishing to get pregnant, consult with your specific health authorities on a specific country travel advice.
Zika virus can be diagnosed through highly specific blood tests. However, as of now, there are no vaccines or specific medications to treat Zika virus infections. However, the illness can be managed following few simple tips, which include getting plenty of rest, drinking fluids to prevent dehydration, medications such as acetaminophen to relieve fever and pain, aspirin and other non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs are to be strictly avoided, prevent the breeding of mosquitoes, isolate the patient to prevent mosquito bites, and prevent the virus from spreading. And most important of all, medications are to be taken only under the strict supervision of a medical practitioner. Zika fever can be easily prevented. Let us all work towards a healthier and happier world.
Well, that is all for this episode of Science Monitor. Do tell us, how do you like our program? Well, you can send in your feedback and suggestions. Our email ID is news@vigyanprasar.gov.in. You can also write into us at Vigyan Prasar, C24, Qutub Institutional Area, New Delhi 110016. Well, that is all for today. We'll be back with fresh news stories on science and technology again next week. Till then, keep watching Rajya Sabha TV. Bye-bye.